Hi, everybody, and welcome to 95 Radio's post-game show. I'm your host, Jaymie, here to talk about the 49ers versus Lions Monday Night Football game. Final game this season at Levi's. We have a few things to talk about. Um, yeah. Yeah, we'll get right into it. I'm just gonna play a couple of ad breaks for you guys real quick, and then we will get us started. So just bear with me for just a minute.
Today's episode is sponsored by Power Brand Systems. Need help getting new customers for your business? Let Power Brand Systems help you grow with their powerful tools. Visit powerbrandsystems.com/Niner Faithful Radio for more info. If you like our content and would like to support the show, consider leaving us a tip in our tip jar at ninerfaithfulradio.us/tip jar. Join our exclusive membership community where you get exclusive NFR content not available anywhere else. Join our exclusive chat, 20% off of all non-sale For the Faithful by the Faithful gear, and much more. Visit portal.ninerfaithfulradio.us/login to join. For the Faithful by the Faithful Season 4 apparel is finally here. To see this year's designs and also save 20% off of Season 1 through 3 designs, go to ninerfaithfulradio.com/shop. Tune in every Monday to watch Jason react to the highlights of last week's game. Follow us on social media at Niner Faithful Radio on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, and TikTok, and at Niner. This segment is brought to you by Shop49ers.com, the official online store of the 49ers. Use our affiliate link in the description to get the latest official Niner gear. Save 10%. This segment is brought to you by SeatGiant.com. Use the promo code NinerFaithfulRadio at SeatGiant.com to save on all your theater, concert, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you guys for bearing with me with that. First things first. If you watched the whole game, you know that Brock Purdy did go out in the fourth quarter, very near the end of the game. Um, some sort of hand, wrist, arm injury. It's kind of unclear in the replay. It's hard to tell what exactly it is. I think most people are assuming it's on the arm that was injured in the championship game where he tore his his shoulder. Um, so we will have to wait and see. You probably won't know very much more information until tomorrow. But he did have some sort of injury to his arm. It's either his wrist, his hand, something on his arm. I don't think it was his shoulder. I think it's more down lower. So, but we don't know for sure. We probably will not get any more information until maybe tomorrow if we're lucky, because I'm assuming he's gonna get an MRI or some sort of imaging pretty quick. Um, but yeah, so Josh Dobbs went in like the last couple minutes of the game for him. He tried to go back in, couldn't grip the ball very well. Um, so I do want to let you guys know we are aware of that. They just don't know anything right now because of how quick it happened. So yeah. Eric, good evening. Here's Seahawks fan here. Sorry about the loss. Appreciate it. Very nice. Thank you for popping in. Yeah. It's a tough loss, but the Niners overall played a lot better this week than they have for most of the season. They looked better for the majority of the game. The offense was clicking a lot more. I mean, there was missteps, but it was more of what we're used to. Um, so I will take it, honestly. Shows that this team still has a little bit of life, um, and whatnot. But yeah, the loss was pretty. I mean, Detroit is just such a well-oiled machine. It's kind of crazy. Jared Goff and Brock Purdy were both pretty much perfect for through the first half. The defense has stepped up. Purdy did their two touchdowns, ran in a touchdown, and then threw two really bad picks that were on him. Um, trying to work that middle of the field connection. Ricky Pearsall had a fantastic game, and we'll go over that in just a second. I'm gonna go over some stats here, in just a minute. But yeah, offensively, there's a lot to like in this game, and I think it's maybe just that Kyle just needs to have a good run game so he can be more balanced. I don't know, it's wild. Um, but um, yes. Okay, we do have I am streaming we are streaming over on the 950 Radio's Instagram page, and finally I'm able to see comments. I wasn't before, but I do see one now. Um, C's mom commented, thank you for joining, by the way. Not a tough loss. We lose, we get better picks. That is true. I I will say I didn't expect us to like I don't want to like be a homer and be like, yeah, we were gonna win. Detroit's a tough team. Um, and so I'm not too surprised we lost. We looked like we were gonna win the game for a while. And then in the second half, it just to Detroit just proved that they were more prepared, more ready. And so um yeah, it's just kind of wild, that whole thing. But yeah, I mean overall it was actually a very entertaining game. It was a very good game. Uh okay. My guy Jason here has an update on Purdy. Jason said, so Kyle said it was the elbow, but it is a stinger for now. I did read something about that just now that while I was waiting for it to start, that what the surgery that he had, um like they take out like where the funny bone is, they take out some nerve or something and it can cause a lot of pain. So maybe he landed like that and it really hurt. That could be a possibility. We don't know for sure. I definitely will expect him to get some sort of imaging or something. They're gonna want to get imaging. So I will not be surprised when if we learn more later on. Um, but thanks Jason for the update. Appreciate it. Um, appreciate it. It's just good to know. Because he did look like he was in quite a bit of pain. Um, overall, like once when he came out, it was actually kind of rough. Um, but yeah. All right. Oh, we have another. Kyle said he's not sure he'll get an MRI. Let me look at that. Hold on. I'm getting live updates right now. Um, our main guy T says Kyle says he's not sure he'll get an MRI, so tells you don't think it's torn. Sounds like he just got hit on his elbow. That makes sense too. I'm sure we'll find out more tomorrow, regardless if he gets an MRI or not. Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, if it's not torn and he just banged his elbow really bad that he couldn't grip the ball and it's already he might it's like you guys know when you hit your funny bone and it hurts really, really bad for like a short period of time. It could be something like that. But I've read somewhere where the surgery that he got to fix his elbow when with the um that he tore in the Philly game, they take out I forgot what nerve it is, but they take out a nerve and so it could be something like that where it could be really bad chronic pain. And maybe that's what he's been managing all year. Who knows? Um, but yeah, we'll keep you guys updated regardless. Uh I'm not sure if if Jason or T, if you guys are watching, don't know if you guys are going to go live tomorrow for your Tuesday show. I'm assuming you guys are, but since this is Monday night, I don't know. But if there is any updates, um, they will and they go live, they'll let you know. Um, and we'll go from there. All right. So let's get going on some of these stats here. Um, all right. So I have just the 49ers stats pulled up. Purdy threw for 377 yards, which is a career high for him. 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. The picks are bad, flat out. Picks were very bad, not great. The timing that it happened and just the picks themselves were not good. Josh Joshua Dobbs went in um at the very end of the fourth quarter, threw for 35 yards, ran in for a touchdown. Unless they called it back. They might have, I don't know. It looks like they might have, but I could be wrong. But he, you know, oh no, they got him here. So overall very good. Our run game was like more efficient. Debo had some good runs. Debo even has the highest, almost has the highest average, 5.3. Um, Garindo was back this game, played pretty well. There's some gashing up when he was running. So overall, not too bad. Doesn't look great, but I think coming back from the injury he had, he was more. I don't know. It's weird. He's felt more efficient than last week. So um, that was definitely good. A pretty rush for some. Had 3 carries for 12 yards and a touchdown. Dobbs had 1 carry for 7 yards and a touchdown. Um, Ricky Purcell had 2 carries for 6 yards. Uh, Grindo 9 for 34 yards. So like not the best running day, but it somehow got the job done. Um, Receiving though is where we really shine. This was the Ricky Pearsall breakout game. 8 receptions out of 10 targets, 141 yards, 17.6 average, 1 touchdown. His longest was 40. Overall pretty good. Kittle had a fantastic game, caught all of his targets, 112 yards, 14.14 yards in average. Did get in the end zone, but his longest was 22. Juwan, 7 for 67 yards, 9.6 average. His longest was 15. Almost all his targets had a couple that he couldn't get in. So there's that. Grindo was also very effective in the passing game. He had 4 receptions, caught all of his targets, 65 yards, 16.3 average, as longest as 40. So he was very efficient in the passing game. So the passing game is where we won this week. Chris Conley, 1 target for 13 yards, and that's his average also, his longest. Juice had a catch. Caught one of his targets for 9 yards, and got in the end zone. So that was nice. Debo, 1 target, caught it for 5 yards and 5, and then his touchdown as well, which I think was the technically like the end around or whatever, like the kind of like shuffle pass kind of thing. So obviously the passing game was on fire today, which is great. Debo had a fumble. Dwan had a fumble. They were able to fix those because we didn't have any turnovers on fumbles. Ours were on picks. Because Purdy threw 2 interceptions, which is the turnovers. All right, let's see. Nick Bosa had 2 sacks tonight. He's the only one I think who got sacks. Willie Collins had a tackle for loss. So did Fred Warner. Nick Bosa had 2 tackles for loss, so he is also playing. Nick Bosa did go out with I believe it was concussion symptoms and was cleared to go back in. So he went back in. He was out for a very short amount of time, but he was back in, so that's positive news, especially with him dealing with the injuries. Year 2, Gross Matos had a tackle for loss, and so did total 7. Total 2 sacks, 45. Like overall, defense played all right. Like they looked better. They definitely gave Detroit both teams offensively though were making it hard on the other team. So it was interesting. Niners had no interceptions. Debo was very good on on his returns, his kick returns. He got to almost he got to like the 30 yards almost averagely, so pretty solid. Um, Jake Moody was horrendous, unfortunately. Missed all of his field goals and his extra points. One of his extra points. Um, I've been more positive on Drake Moody. A lot of guys have been, but I am done. Um, it was I I'm gonna give him this. If he is still banged up and injured, and if he did injure his kicking leg when he messed with his ankle that 1 week, like in the middle of the season, and if that's the reason, I'm that's and he's trying to play through it, all right. But he shouldn't if it's that bad and he's missing kicks, he should not be playing. So I don't know. I would not be surprised if there is a um they bring in a free agent kicker next year or grab somebody to have like a little competition because Moody is struggling hard and I don't know what it is. It's just he keep him because if he would have made those extra those field goals, the Niners probably would have won. They would have won. And if he made the extra kick, they would have won by 1 point. So, it is what it is. Um, it is a a bummer, but that's just it's how the game is. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything else about Moody. Moody is struggling, and I I don't blame him anymore. I just don't know. I think it's the pressure, honestly. And being a kicker, you have a lot of pressure on you because you um have to hit those field goals to keep the points going. Even if you're not getting touchdowns, you're the only ones getting points for your team, so you have to make them. And he just consistently cannot. And it's not we gotta get somebody back who can consistently do it, and I don't know if he can handle it. I don't know. Like, I really don't know. So, um, yeah, that is pretty much it. I'm gonna scan Twitter real quick, see if there's anything else. Um, uh, here is a wild fact from Kyle A. Mason. Ricky Pearsall's 141 receiving yards are the most by 49ers rookie wide receiver in a game since Jerry Rice had 241 in Week 14 of the 1985 season. So, there is that. Pearsall did look very good today, and I do think that Purdy and him can develop a really nice connection moving forward, and hopefully just keeps developing. And I hope that they both get a regular offseason this year where they can actually work and develop that. But this was a very good personal game too, and I think he's going to be a very, very, very good player. Um, Makes me feel better for taking him on. Here's another one. Shanahan evaluating Jake Moody's place with the team. We already are. We're evaluating all positions. Um, let's see. Uh, Caution on Purdy's injury status of the level of concern. I know everyone, when they hear Brock's elbow and stuff, just like me, you think of the elbow injury from a couple years ago. Just talking to a couple of doctors, he just got hit in the right spot, and when he hit there, your nerves go, and you can't feel much. Hopefully, you'll be all right. So it sounds like he just hit it for at the right spot, and it sucks. So, um, but yeah. They will do more testing, and they'll probably test him tomorrow when they go in or whatever to see how he's feeling, and they'll go from there and figure out. But initially, not looking too serious is definitely a positive thing. So yeah. So that is pretty much it, guys. I don't have very much else to really talk to you guys about. Um, it was a rough loss a little bit, but, this is always a tough game, especially once we saw how the Niners have been playing, but the fact that they looked as good as they did on offense tonight is definitely a positive thing, so, take what we can get and kinda move forward. At least it wasn't a blowout, I'll say that, at least the Niners and it was a entertaining and it was a close game, so we'll just go from there, guys. Alrighty. Well, I think that's gonna be about it. I will talk to you guys all later. Enjoy the rest of your week. We'll see you guys for the final game next week. And as always, go Niners.